Stalker 2 is finally here. I've been excited for this for quite some time. 2024 needs this kind of gritty, realistic, hardcore shooter. This is like the last savior of 2024. Anyways, I'm going to take you through the first few hours of the game and make sure you guys have a strong start. I'm going to show you how to put together a really strong starter loadout with a gas mask, better armor, better guns, silenced pistol, so let's get to it. It begins. Get those stretches in. Okay. Let's go. Okay, right here at the very start, the game wants you to go left. Don't go left. Go right. Jump up here. Head down to the end and you'll find some supplies hidden over here. You just have to get your knife out, break them open first. There you go. Some free snacks for your adventure. Make sure you don't miss these, because, well, depending on the difficulty you're playing on, I'm playing on Veteran. I feel like I need every single little munchie and snack cake I can possibly get. You can peek doors in this game if you hold the input, so you can just crack it open a little bit. Then you can use the lean button, see if there's anything dangerous in there. I don't think so. Slowly open it. Nah, we're good. As soon as you get outside, you're going to have an assault rifle you should have picked up. I hope you didn't miss that. You are one ugly looking dog. Or whatever you are. If you're more of the stealthy type, unlike me, you probably could have ducked over here to the left. Completely avoided that guy. I want things dead for good. Everything must die. Don't miss the 74S. This is going to be an improvement over your starter assault rifle. I've really been in the mood for this type of atmosphere. We've had a lot of, like, bright, flashy, colorful games this year. We need a nice, realistic, gritty, nasty time. Now, there's two things you could really easily miss right here. Because once you jump down, there's no coming back up here. So make sure you turn completely around, get this chest first. Has some bullets in there. And then when you do drop down, take a left. You'll be able to enter this window. Find all kinds of extra cookies and breads and doughs and all that fun stuff. I'm playing this on PC, by the way. If you guys picked this up on console, let me know how the performance is. I haven't seen too much gameplay for the console version. Now, you do have limited inventory weight in this. But something to keep in mind when you do start to get encumbered is to make sure you unload your gun before you drop it. Otherwise, you're just going to drop it and have that ammo still in it. However, if you see a gun on the ground, you can actually hold the input and just remove the ammo without picking up the gun. Is that Windows XP? Who remembers Windows ME? I had Windows ME because, I don't know, I think it was like budget Windows or something. Now, of course, the game wants you to walk right in some radiation that you would never want to actually go in. You're looking for a artifact. Now, as soon as you pick up this artifact, run back into the shelter immediately. Because now there's this thing coming for you that's going to try to taste your face, and it can go invisible. Make sure you take this thing out as quickly as you can. That thing can ruin your day if you let him do his thing. Which I guess is tasting faces. When you're fighting humans, put your gun in single fire instead of auto. All you gotta do is pop them once in the head and they're done. Also, don't miss your corpses. Look up there on the compass. You can see a little X indicating any lootable you might have missed. Larry? Is that you? Larry. Always doing his thing. Now, as soon as you head out of this place, take a left. You're going to go up this tower, get some supplies before you head out. At the very top, you'll find some ammo, healing kit, some other stuff. If you're really brave, you can head north, and there's a little outpost of humans over there. They do spot you from like a mile away, at least on Veteran. So just head northeast to this little town, and you're going to hear it's under fire, so sneak up behind these guys. If you get too close, they will hear you. So just, you know what to do. That'll get you a nice little SMG, a boomstick, and what do you got? Another one. Oh, they're damaged, though. pretty low on their durability. After you clear that town, you should be equipped to take on this little human outpost. It's just to the west of that town. Just put this SMG into single fire mode. You should be able to get them from pretty far away. That gets you some ammo and a little better durability SMG. Then if you head over to this location, you can actually get yourself a tank. Nah. Not that kind of game, kids.
Why don't you come a little closer? Let me get a better idea.
If you clear out the boiler house, which is northeast of where we started, you can actually get a suppressor for the pistol over here, which is really useful if you're trying to stealth more. Of course, you're trying to stealth more than I am. You can also bring up the attachment menu and put it on or off, and you don't have to like bring up the menu every single time. If something seems sketchy, or you're hearing that aggressive beeping, you may want to get out your bolts. Check it first. The fire swamp. Follow me. Follow me. Come on. Take my chances with the fire. Rodents of unusual size. What? Where is that wiener going? You then want to head northeast to your first major town, because there's a few important things you can do over here. One, you can find your first shop and your first place to upgrade stuff. If you talk to this dude, hit upgrade, you'll see all your weapons, your armor, and yeah, slots where you can install upgrades. Now, you're not going to have really much money at this point in the game, but now you know who to talk to. There's a doctor here too, and he'll heal not only your health, but also clear up your radiation. He also sells some anti-radiation medicine if you go into his store here. And this guy lets you buy and sell things, and he has a few important upgrades in here that... one is this really good single-shot rifle. He also has a mask and better armor, but those are super expensive at the start of the game. So I'm going to sell some stuff, see how much money I can get here, see if I can afford that rifle. Alright, I still don't have quite enough. I'm close, but I'm going to have to come back for that rifle. I do recommend getting it as soon as you can. You'll also find here a bed where you can rest, and a storage box if you want to toss anything in here. Now this next step is very important. You're going to want to head east out of that main town, right over to this settlement. Right over here. Then looking directly at that windmill, there's going to be this house on the right side of that, and you're going to want to bust into here. And then right here on this table, you're going to find a brand new piece of gear. This is not only a better chest piece, but also look how much that old chest piece sells for. Then if you venture into that windmill, you're going to find some traps, so check doorways and stuff for this little wire. Otherwise you could get blown up, shot at. So we went out, we did some questionable things, but now we're back and we can make some money. I may have gotten my hopes up because when you actually go to sell the thing, you don't get quite that much money for it. But still, it's going to help purchase that rifle I want. If you have any extra money left over, you can install some upgrades for this. Now this one is going to be tempting, the rifled barrel. It increases the range, decreases the spread, but look, it says caliber change. So this is going to change it to pretty much require harder to come by bullets at this point in the game. So I wouldn't recommend doing that because you might find you just don't have the bullets to fire the thing. You could go for a weight reduction or a recoil reduction. I'm gonna go with recoil reduction for this. If you look at the stats, the damage is maxed out on this thing. So this is your tool for putting it right up to a monster's face and making them dead. For the most part, when you pick up red, fully broken stuff, you might as well just unload the ammo, toss them out. It's going to be too costly to repair them and then try to sell them at this point. If you took the quest from the guy in the windmill, you can enter this house and you'll find a hole in the ground. That'll lead you to what you need to do next. There's a pretty challenging fight up ahead, so good thing you got that rifle. Then once you get to this point, you're going to want to switch over to your scanner. And this will start blipping when you get close. You're trying to find an artifact here. There it is. When you return to this guy, you can either give him the artifact back, or you can attack him and keep the artifact. Now head back to town and you're going to turn in the main quest, A Needle in a Haystack. Talk to this dude right here.
For the help.
And you're going to give him that ward sensor you just got. Alright, after you complete that, look in your inventory. You're going to have yourself your first gas mask, probably, unless you found one somewhere else. This was my first gas mask. Ooh. So we have a pretty good starter loadout here. We have full armor, a silenced pistol, and good guns. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Hopefully that gets you going in Stalker 2. Let me know if you found any of this to be helpful, and let me know your thoughts on the game after you've put in a few hours. As always, I'm Alex. Thanks for checking this out today, and I'm going to continue my adventure.